Elon Musk's all-new hydrogen car shocks the entire car industry. Welcome back to another interesting video on our channel. If you raise anyone about what the long run of cars feels like, they're going to presumably say electric vehicles, with Tesla at the forefront of the movement. However, what if we have a tendency to tell you there's another choice that may be just as sensible, if not higher, than battery electric vehicles? What if you may power cars with the universe's most abundant resource, and also the sole byproduct is water? They are additionally doubtless to cause associate degree of people within the automobile trade that electrical vehicles, like Tesla's hydrogen fuel cells, to have heaps of promise. Furthermore, Elon Musk calls these hydrogen fuel cells full cells and mind-bogglingly stupid. Despite this, it is becoming a threat to battery electric vehicles. In today's video, we'll be talking about the new element Tesla and the recently established fight for superiority between element fuel and battery electric vehicles. We are going to compare the standard battery electric vehicles with the new hydrogen Tesla and discuss some groundbreaking future possibilities with this technology. Therefore, keep tuned to the tip of this video so you do not need to miss out on something. Let's get started. The world's largest electric vehicle manufacturer, Tesla, known by everyone, has improved the living standard of many people through its technology by protecting green globally. If you ask anyone what will be the future of the car industry, most of them will likely answer about Tesla electric vehicles being the future of the car industry, since the world is moving towards more and more advanced options for saving energy solutions to maintain its popularity in the fast-growing technology. Tesla is also adopting new ways to keep itself updated with the new innovative environment-friendly technologies. One such solution is the introduction of hydrogen cars, which enhances car efficiency to the next level. In the beginning, Musk did not agree with the idea of using hydrogen, as it might be the dumbest and mind-boggling idea. In the coming future, vehicles will be running with the water. Yes, you can use sole byproduct water to power your car, as it is the most abundant resource in the universe. This vehicle has smashed all the records and surprised the whole automobile industry with the incredible recharging speed. However, this technology has finally created something incredible for the whole automobile industry. Electricity, which is stored in batteries, is the most prevalent source of power for EVs. However, power might be obtained through the chemical fuel cell that helps in producing electricity and water by reacting with oxygen and hydrogen in a battery-like cell. There are many types of fuel cells. This technology helps to improve our energy needs by providing cost-effective and environmentally friendly alternatives. The Tesla billionaire Elon Musk, who always criticized this method of fueling in the past, has now recognized its unbelievable potential. Now, moving forward, let's take a look at the advantages and minor drawbacks of using this form of electric fuel, apart from the difficulties connected with its extraction from water. As we all know, hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe. It is one of the most unique, reliable, and abundant sources of energy, which is ideal for our zero-carbon demands in the future. As a result, it is the most easily available and renewable source. It is also a clean and versatile form of energy that could be used to assist zero-carbon energy policies. So the tech billionaire would not have any problems in acquiring the raw material that is required for it. Along with it, the world would praise him for promoting a clean and clearer, environmentally friendly way of traveling. Hydrogen is a more efficient and powerful element than fossil fuels because the technology has a method to extract a huge amount of energy sources with excellent energy efficiency. Hydrogen contains the largest energy content of any conventional fuel in terms of weight. It is incredibly efficient when compared with any other energy source, which might include numerous green energy alternatives with nearly zero emissions. Another advantage of hydrogen storage was mentioned by the International Energy Agency. It is as small as a liquid and may be carried safely over vast distances in countries. With abundant wind and solar renewables in various countries, such as Australia, they may manufacture hydrogen by electrolysis and transfer it by tanker to energy-deficient towns, which are in Southeast Asia. It has a very short charge time and a lower carbon footprint. Hydrogen fuel cells have no carbon impact when used, so they do not emit greenhouse gases. Furthermore, the time for charging hydrogen fuel cells power units is exceptionally quicker than the traditional internal combustion engine vehicles. These make the battery-powered electric cars unbelievably faster. To charge vehicles faster was the biggest block for Elon Musk, as people would have wanted an upgraded version of Tesla electric vehicles with the fastest charging battery This would definitely win the hearts of the people. Apart from this, the aforementioned benefit of the hydrogen fuel cell is that it does not produce noise pollution and no visual pollution. Having a car that has a silent driver is significant for electric vehicles, not because it has no visual pollution, but also because it has zero emissions, so it is an ideal fuel for usage in any isolated place. The availability of hydrogen through local generation and storage may be an alternative that can be used for diesel-based electricity and heating in rural areas. This also helps in lowering the need for fuel transportation and improves the lives of those people who are living in remote areas by providing a non-polluting fuel that is derived from the natural resources that is already available in this universe. These fuel cells would be more efficient in terms of usage times, and as technology progresses, they will be able to produce energy for a variety of mobile applications and stationary. Moving forward, this will also help in lowering the country's reliance on fossil fuels. It will aid in democratizing energy and electricity supply throughout the whole world. As we have seen, there are many advantages of hydrogen fuel cells, but according to the tech experts, they believe that there are a few drawbacks as well. As we know that hydrogen is the most plentiful element in the universe, but it does not exist on its own. As a result, it might be separated from carbon-based fossil fuels or recovered from water using the electrolysis method. Both procedures need a huge, substantial quantity of energy. According to the reports, this energy is higher than that received from hydrogen itself. It requires a more costly investment as the cost required for raw materials cannot be ignored. These fuel cells require some investment to become a more viable energy source. To improve and mature the technology, it was necessary to invest time and money in development. Some other precious metals, such as platinum and iridium, are also needed to work as a catalyst in fuel cells, and some types of water electrolyze. As a result, the starting cost required for fuel cells might be expensive. Moving forward, this process of extraction necessitates the use of fossil fuels, which basically undermines the whole concept of using the hydrogen-based power vehicle. The cost of a unit of electricity that is generated from hydrogen fuel cells is much greater than the other source of energy like solar panels, because hydrogen is known to be a very combustible fuel source. This must be kept in consideration that hydrogen gas burns in the air in quantities that range from 4 to 7 to 5. Furthermore, the mass manufacturer of the 4680 battery, after years of skepticism, Tesla founder Elon Musk has planned to transfer Tesla batteries to hydrogen power in 2024. He also stated that the first vehicle that will be using fuel will be named the Model H. The Model H will be a car in the crossover class, which would be one of the famous body types available in the automobile market. According to Tesla, inside of the Model 8 will be followed in 2025, which will also operate on hydrogen and have a 400-mile range in a small hatchback configuration. According to the reports, this will make the price of hydrogen cars cheaper as they are now more expensive to purchase. How does this hydrogen car work? The hydrogen car requires a fuel cell, which generates electricity to work. The electricity starts the motor present inside the car to move the vehicle. To activate fuel cells requires two elements known as airborne oxygen and hydrogen. As we know that oxygen is easily available in the air in the free state. However, we cannot get hydrogen from air directly. We can get it through the method of electrolysis. As well, we all know that water is the combination of hydrogen and oxygen. Nevertheless, implementing this method is expensive and less efficient because hydrogen loses its energy capacity when gone through this process. Contrary, the second method of getting hydrogen is through fossil fuel. Again, it is not an environmentally friendly method as it releases toxic gases into the atmosphere. Another drawback of this gas is the expensive storage process and less availability of their fuel stations due to this disadvantage. So a huge amount of money was used to implement these stations, and hydrogen is explosive when exposed to air. Therefore, there is the possibility of getting a fire in these stations that require extra safety measures while installing these stations. Due to these consequences, the Tesla CEO Elon Musk calls these cells the dumbest cell, on which investing is the dumbest idea of wasting money. However, electric vehicles, being more reliable, have some disadvantages over hydrogen cars. These drawbacks are the recharging of the battery is a time-consuming process, and filling hydrogen gas in the cylinders is a total 5 minutes process. This makes the hydrogen cell more efficient than the electricity-charged battery. Another advantage of these cells is that hydrogen is the most abundant element found in this universe and can generate eco-friendly byproducts, which are water and electricity. At the end of the process, the vehicle uses electricity generated by hydrogen cells to move to a greater distance than electric-powered batteries. Tesla has announced their new plan of introducing these hydrogen fuel cells in its vehicles in 2024. They mentioned that their first vehicle will arrive with this technology known as the Model H. This rapid change of mind is due to the terminal problems faced by the mass production of the 4680 battery. This model uses hydrogen fuel to provide a rocket-based flaming speed boost that allows this vehicle to reach up to 60 miles per hour in just 1.2 seconds. Passengers use the water output of the fuel cell as a refreshing drink. Moreover, there are many other features which are claimed to update in the upcoming model series of Model H in 2025, which will run on hydrogen with an expected range of 400 miles. This will lower the prices of cars that are currently expensive. Previously, Musk mentioned in his tweets that fuel cell vehicles FCVs are a fool in cell and describes it as extremely silly to make such cells. Still, investment from the government on the rapid scale on these FCVs for manufacturing them on large scale by business indicates that not everyone agrees with Musk's idea of electric vehicles EVs. The idea of EVs overcomes the challenge made by FCVs. These both have the same function, which is to use an electric motor to power the car instead of a combustion engine. However, the problem is that EVs have to be recharged at the power terminal, which may or may not come from an eco-friendly source. The hydrogen fuel that powers FCVs makes electricity by itself, and performance is better in terms of speed and range as compared to EVs. Even the the Department of Energy is also planning to collaborate with the industries, labs, and universities to cut down the price of FCVs, along with increasing their durability and performance. FCV stock is not new in the transport industry, as they are used before rockets, power plants, and many heavy vehicles. Some companies like Toyota, Hyundai, and Honda also launched their models of vehicles that work on hydrogen fuels. Other manufacturers are also planning to release their series of FCV vehicles also. Due to increasing demand for FCVs, it is becoming a threat for EVs in the near future. The FCV is a clean and efficient method to produce electricity using the chemical energy of hydrogen. Hydrogen is the most abundant element present in this universe. To use this element as a fuel source, the only byproducts of it will be water and electricity that are environmentally friendly. These cells have several benefits over combustion-based technologies. The fuel cells can have higher efficiency as compared to combustion technology. It converts chemical energy into direct electrical energy and can exceed this efficiency by up to 60%. They also have zero emission as we compare with the combustion emission. It is also environmentally friendly, which produces water, while the combustion engine produces many air pollutants and causes air pollution. Fuel cells are also quiet due to few operating parts and do not cause lots of noise. Fuel cells are just like batteries, but do not require recharging as the batteries do. It produces electricity as long as the fuel is supplied to it. Just like batteries, it also has two electrodes known as anode or cathode. These electrodes are sandwiched around the electrolyte. Hydrogen is used as a fuel and is fed into the anode, and airborne oxygen is fed through the cathode. At the anode, the catalyst separates the hydrogen molecules into protons and electrons. Both take separate paths through the cathode, such as electrons going through an external circuit that creates a flow of electricity, while protons pass through electrolyte towards the cathode, and at the end it combines with oxygen, releasing water and heat. Moving forward, Elon Musk has big plans for his futuristic electric vehicles in the automobile industry. His emphasis on the disadvantages of using hydrogen fuel cells has kept everyone shocked and on the edge of their seats. The key to encouraging hydrogen vehicles is to integrate them with the hydrogen economy by simply establishing refueling stations for hydrogen vehicles. So guys, that was all for today. Well, this billionaire Elon Musk might be able to go through the plans he has for these futuristic vehicles. Or does he plan something greater than this? How Elon Musk has implemented the use of hydrogen in his brand new vehicle. We will find out sooner or later. Do share your precious thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching this video. Anyways guys, if you want to see more interesting and latest videos, stay tuned with us by subscribing to our channel. Kindly subscribe and turn on the notification button if you haven't already done. so you do not miss out on the latest news related to Tesla or Elon Musk. Do like and share this video with your friends and families.